Glad you came by. Fixing to plant some okra. Love fried okra. All right, good morning. Great day to be in the garden, ain't it? We're gonna get out there and put in this okra. And I love okra, especially fried okra. I remember when Michael was a baby, you could put fried okra on his high chair. As long as you set it on his high chair tray, he would eat it. He loved it. So every time I go out in the garden and I grow okra, I always think of him. It makes a kind of a tear and a smile at the same time. But here's what we're gonna do today. Here's my little plan, and just like we talked about on the radish video, I got these radishes straddling this row of okra because I'm going to have to come in and out of this gate all the time and harvest okra, and it's going to be basically once a day. And this radish will mature in 60 days, and this okra will last all summer. And by the time that okra gets up 60 days, it's starting to mature and spread out. It wants to take over a lot more room than it's got on the row. So by the time it gets to 60 days, I've already harvested out this row and this row of radish, and that gives me plenty of room for this okra to cascade and grow to get over 6 feet tall. And it gives me a place to walk in and out of my gate and walk up down both sides of it easily and harvest. So let's saddle up and get these things in the ground. Okay, I'm getting ready to put them in. Ain't much to it. I'm going to cultivate my row. I'm going to grade it out. I'm going to lay in my guideline string. Then I'm going to punch the holes in the ground with my stick, my seed stick. And then I'm going to use my super duper seed dropper, and I'm going to drop a seed in each hole and cover it up. Give it a little water, give it a little time, give it to God, and we'll grow us some okra. Let's get going. Use my little cup holder for a seat belt, and I put my little cup in there, and I take my seeds, pour them right in the cup. Here's my super duper seed dropper. It ain't nothing but a piece of 1-inch PVC pipe, and I know it's a super duper seed dropper because it says so on there. So anyway, what I do, take some seed and stick the pipe right in the hole, drop the seed at the top, and then it goes right where you want it. I got the seeds in. And that'll be it. I'll finish putting in this row of seed. All right, we got the okra seed planted, and we'll give it about 10 or 12 days, and we'll come out and we'll do an update and see where we're at. Well, okra's been going for 3 weeks and it's been tough. Remember I was talking about we had a real terrible cold spring, real awful, and that we had long periods of time with actually no sun shining through the clouds at all, 20 degrees below normal temperatures, high rain, high wind, and okra does not like any of that. Okra is a hot loving plant, comes out of the deep south, and I want to show you the effect that that has had on it. We're lucky that they even germinated, but see how this plant is discolored? That right there, that plant is suffering from the temperatures and it barely made it. I'm surprised it even lived. But this plant now has got some new true leaves coming out, and that's what I'm looking for, is for this thing to actually survive that cold start. So maybe in the next week or two we'll see a big improvement in these guys, and I sure hope so, because I love fried okra. But let's check back in a couple weeks. Well, the okra's been in the ground for 7 weeks, and we had a real rough spring like I was telling you earlier, and remember those leaves were really suffering with discoloration, and I wasn't even sure if our okra was going to make it. We were really hoping. I saw the new true leaves coming out, and they did recover. We finally got some normal warm weather. We still had a little too much rain, but that seems to have leveled out, and maybe we're off and running. We sure hope so. So the okra looks like it's recovered and off and running, and I want to show you what the plants look like. This is the 7-week stage, and you can see I got new leaves coming out and a lot of good growth coming out of the center. The leaves have got some good color now. Remember when we talked earlier, this is what we were suffering with. Remember how it had the little discoloration? The leaves were really having a hard time getting going. There they are. Look at it up close. That's where we were. And here we are 7 weeks later, and see what they're doing. So they've come back. They made a bounce back. So this row is off and running. We'll give it a few more weeks, and it won't be too much longer, and we'll see the blooms coming out. And at that point, when you see those beautiful yellow flowers, they look sort of like a hibiscus flower, yellow with a little purple face on the inside. They're beautiful flowers. I love them. But when you see them flowers coming out, you've got okra right behind it, and they come out daily. So we'll see you back here in just a few weeks. All right, our okras they're off and running, and the last stage that you see your okra get to is when they get up to the size where they start to bloom, and that's where all the action is, because every time you get a bloom, you get an okra. So here's what one of the blooms look like. That thing will continue to open up today as the sun gets on up a little bigger. It's a beautiful flower like a hibiscus, big yellow yellow petals with a beautiful purple face. And here's a okra here that I just cut right off, and you see how it's still got the end of the bloom still stuck on the end of the okra. As you can see, it doesn't take long from flower to okra. So you want to cut your okras when they're about 3 or 4 inches long. That's when they're best. You don't want them to get up too big, and these things will grow very rapidly. So when you start harvesting okra, you're going to be doing it every morning. So you want to come out every morning and harvest what you can, and they accumulate in a couple of days. You have plenty to eat. It's always nice when you get the lawnmower going next door while you're trying to film. Okay, well, we're grateful to the Lord for a good harvest of okra, and we're going to eat these all the way through the summer. They'll keep on growing until the end of the summer, because they love it when it's hot weather. The hotter it is, the more okra like it. They just thrive. So we'll get all we want to get, and in about 6 weeks from now, I'm going to just pull them up. They'll still be producing, but I've got to pull them up and get the garden ready for my cold crop. So we'll get what we need out of this one little row in the days ahead. So if you like our videos, I ask you to subscribe to our channel and be a part of that YouTube family with us. So until we see you next time, always remember, by His hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread.
Amen. Have a blessed day.
Thanks for watching our videos. We really love making them. If you like our videos, please like our Facebook page to get the latest tips and tricks. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the newest video. Like it, it would really inspire and encourage us. But most importantly, share it to encourage others. We'll welcome your comments and questions. Thank you. Have a blessed day.